Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Natalie Glick. I am the Digital Marketing Manager here at InMode, and we're very excited to bring you a new live webinar today as part of our Practice Marketing webinar series. This one is entitled Marketing and Promoting Aesthetic Procedures, and it is hosted by Mr. Katz, who is already on the panel joining me today. Ari is a true marketing guru. He is the managing director of Sperling Dermatology and Spa, overseeing sales, marketing, and operations across their entire business footprint. Leveraging exclusive marketing, digital, and operational strategies, you will learn how to engage with new and current customers to increase traffic and demand for all of your services. Plus, you'll know how Ari and Sperling Spa paid off their first Evoke machine in just 6 weeks. This one is not to be missed. Make sure you stay right till the end. I had a little glimpse of Ari's 5 key takeaways. These are 5 beautiful gems that you certainly won't want to miss. So that's towards the end of the presentation. We are recording the presentation today, so anyone that is unable to join us or anyone that's registered will receive a playback link, and we look forward to sharing that with you on our InMode University resource. There will be a Q&A session at the end as well, so be sure to tune into that. We will take your questions live towards the end of the presentation, and some of them will be answered perhaps during that presentation, so we certainly won't miss anything. I think that's all for me. Ari, over to you.
Fantastic, Natalie. Thank you so much. All right, let me get my screen shared over here, and we will get this kicked off. All right, blow this up and let's go. All right, confirming you can see my screen, Natalie. 2 thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, really excited to be here today. Again, my name is Ari Katz. I'm the managing partner and CEO of Sperling Dermatology. And I really just want to start off by thanking InMode for the opportunity to speak with you all today. I've done several webinars in the industry here, and we seem to get a great response from them, and really appreciate the opportunity from InMode. Thank you guys for putting this all together, and I'm really excited about some of the content we're going to share today. And like Natalie said, we're definitely going to take some questions at the end. And so as we kind of go through this, I'd love it if you could submit those questions via the Zoom application. There's a way to submit questions, and then either Natalie will throw them at me live or she'll hold them till the end. But either way, feel free to send those in and we'll get as many answered as possible. So today's webinar is titled Marketing and Promoting Aesthetic Procedures, how to maximize patient traffic with proven marketing strategies. So hopefully you all fasten your seatbelts because we're about to get started here. So really, we're going to be telling you our story here at Sperling Dermatology. And, I think you guys will hopefully learn something. Here's the agenda for what we're going to be discussing over the course of the next hour. We're going to start with kind of a little bit of background on our business, kind of go into our team and the different roles. Really focusing a lot on the process that we take both in the office, out of the office, how we kind of manage the marketing, the sales, the technology, and really blend them all together to really provide rapid growth for the business. We'll show you some results, kind of highlighting that growth and putting some data behind it. And then really at the end, we're going to try and simplify it down to, like Natalie referenced, 5 key takeaways. And these are going to be things that the average provider will be able to act on immediately. So a lot of what you guys are going to hear from me today, I think is going to kind of be eye-opening, and I think it's going to be exciting. But I also recognize that, we're a unique provider in this space. We're very differentiated in many ways. But I also want to present a content today that is able to be well received and embraced by the average provider out there. Maybe you're a smaller business, maybe you're a startup, maybe you're just getting started and you don't maybe have the budget or the resources to do some of the stuff we're doing. That's okay. We're going to make sure that the entire presentation is tailored both to the really very big and large and successful practices, and also to the ones that either are struggling or just getting started. So don't worry about kind of where you fit on that spectrum. We're going to tailor this really to everyone, I think. And at the end, like I said, we'll take some Q&A. You'll see lots of pictures in this presentation, and it kind of speaks to the visual nature of our business and our brand. And so let's get started here. So a little bit about Sperling Dermatology, right, at a very high level. We've got over 1,000 five-star reviews on Health Grades. We're actually the highest rated dermatologist on that platform. We also have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Vitals and hundreds of five-star reviews on Google. So patient care, patient outcomes above all else. We were recently recognized as the #1 performing non-invasive body sculpting provider in the country across multiple categories and multiple treatments. We're really the top provider in the country across our 3 stores here in New Jersey. And because of that, we've been able to really grow revenues very rapidly since we started. This is me and my wife, Dr. Shari Sperling. She's a board certified dermatologist. She's on the webinar right now. So hello, Shari. My wife started this practice back in the summer of 2016. And, really, I had no plans to get involved. But when we saw an opening to maybe apply some of my background skills in marketing and technology and sales, we basically took the plunge. And that's the story we're going to tell you today. So at this point, here in New Jersey, we do have 3 physical stores. We also have New Jersey's first mobile spa. We'll kind of share that story with you a little bit later. As for me, I joined the company full-time in January of 2018. I'm currently responsible for all sales, marketing, and operations across the business, really everything on the business end. Really our current footprint, we offer a ton of non-invasive body sculpting treatments. And today we're obviously going to focus on Evoke, which is really our current bestseller. And we're going to talk to you about the story of why we purchased Evoke, how it's gone for us since we purchased it. And like Natalie said, how we really paid off that first machine in just over 6 weeks. So let's start with a little background on me personally. And again, this is so that you guys hopefully can relate to the fact that, I know a lot of people on the phone are not necessarily business people. Maybe we've got a lot of doctors on the phone. Maybe we've got like providers at the tech level or a PA. I'm not a doctor either. I'm not a PA. I'm really a business guy. But, like everyone else, I've had to learn and face adversities, and I want to kind of share some of that with you today. So I've got 15 plus years in a direct contributor sales role, which means sales is really in my DNA. Majority of my career, I was focused in digital marketing, right? Which obviously really helps in today's day and age, especially when you're trying to do advertising for a small business. Digital marketing, Google and Facebook, that's everything. And, a few exits of some startups, and 3 kids later, I basically lost out on $100 million payday. That's not an exaggeration, guys. I lost out on $100 million. Let me tell you how that happened. The year was 2007. As I say, the good old days, right? We were living in the city, and I joined a startup called Simulscribe. It was basically a way to transcribe your voicemail, convert it into text, and allow people to subscribe to that service. It was great, right? We were doing some cool advertising. This is a 26-year-old version of me. But as you hear, we were creative, right? But what really sucked was our timing. And I'm going to tell you how. This right here, this was my CEO at the time. His name's Jamie. And if you know anything about kind of the tech revolution that's transpired over the last 20 years, you know that in late 2007, Apple introduced the iPhone. And with the iPhone came visual voicemail. And with visual voicemail, our company went kaput. Right? So right there, kind of no opportunity to continue with that business. Had to say goodbye to Jamie, was very sad. Lo and behold, about 10 years later, I get a call from Jamie. Haven't heard from you in a while, Jamie. What's going on? Hey, Ari, I've got this cool company I'm starting. We're going to recreate the doorbell. We're going to make it really cool. We're going to bring it into the 21st century. I'm like, Jamie, doorbells don't sound all that exciting, right? But he's like, but Ari, I'm telling you, this could be huge. And you know what? I'm going to make it worth your time. I'm going to give you 10% of the company. Just come join me, run the sales. Well, Jamie, I'm living in West Orange, New Jersey. You're all the way out in Santa Monica, West Orange, New Jersey, Santa Monica. I don't know. Who would ever want to live here, right? Sorry, Jamie, we're just getting the practice started. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. With my luck, guys, this Jamie turned into this Jamie. This doorbell turned into this doorbell. And that company got acquired for $1 billion a few years later. My 10% would have been $100 million. As I always say at this point, Jamie, if you're watching, please return my phone calls. Just kidding, guys. bottom line is that I've had my own journey. I face my own adversities. I don't always make the right decisions. Sometimes I make bad decisions just like everyone else. And the success we're having now in our business is not because I get lucky all the time. It's because we keep working hard and trying our best. And when you do that, good things happen. So how did we go from there to here, to where we are today? Me speaking to you as the CEO of really the fastest growing dermatology practice on the planet, recently recognized as the #1 non-invasive body sculpting center in the USA, guys. How did we get here? That's what we're going to tell you about. So it starts with our core values, okay? Core values as a business, these are things that got instilled into me over the course of really a 15 or 20-year career that I really would advise anyone watching this to think about in your own business. Do you have core values? Do you have things that are the common denominator across every decision you make, every person you hire, every day you're in the office? Are you living by these values? I want to share ours with you. #1, rock stars only. Anyone who knows anything about our business knows, like, our people, our staff are everything. We only hire rock stars, right? We are the living epitome of that book, Good to Great. Good is not good enough at Sperling. We want great. And that's why we hire the best of the best. And I firmly believe that every member of our team is literally in the top 1% of their role in our industry. And our numbers back that up. Patient outcomes above all else, right? We put patient outcomes and results above everything else. So we want great people in the office, and we want great results for our patients, because without that, you got nothing, right? If you don't have good results from your treatments, if you're not getting those 5-star reviews to kind of back up the fact that people are happy, then you really don't have a business, because our business is 100% predicated upon getting great patient outcomes from our treatments. Integrity is essential, right? As you'll see in this presentation, we have a work from home sales team that we employ, and knowing that we can trust them is a big part of why we're able to kind of scale the way we've scaled. And in your business, right, integrity is essential because maybe you handle a lot of cash transactions. Maybe as the doctor, you're not always like at the front desk because you're busy with patients. You need to know that those phones are being answered the right way. So all of these things are really applicable to any size business. Do your job. One of my favorite kind of quotes from my favorite NFL head coach, Bill Belichick, right? Every player on our team needs to do their job. And when everyone does their job and is not distracted and focuses on doing their part, we have amazing things that happen for our business. I got off a call this morning with my executive team, and literally we talked from the marketing guys generating the leads, to the sales girls calling the leads and booking the consults, to the directors doing the consults, the technicians doing the treatments. It all works well when it all works well together. We win as a team, right? We learn together, we share best practices, we share success, and we really operate as a large team, even though we're spread across 3 offices. And the last one here is spectacular starts here, right? We want every experience both our staff and our clients have when they walk through our doors to be nothing short of spectacular. It's also our favorite word because it kind of matches with Sperling, spectacular Sperling. That's what we're all about. What makes us special? Okay, so here's kind of where we're going to start getting into some of the nitty gritty, guys. Okay, first thing here is we are not afraid to spend money on marketing. And I kind of want to be clear with some of these because I'm married to a dermatologist, a doctor. Like I said, she's watching this right now. I'm not afraid to say this, guys. Doctors don't love marketing. Doctors don't love sales. A lot of what we're going to talk about today, I joke, it's like dirty words in our industry. People are afraid at the thought of marketing their treatments, at advertising their business, at actually employing some sort of sales tactics to further their business goals from a revenue standpoint. And remember, you guys are a for-profit business. If anyone here is a charity or trying not to make money, this is not going to be a great webinar for you. But if you are trying to grow the revenue of your business, then here's, I think you should listen up. So we're not afraid to spend money on marketing, okay? We understand how to use technology leads, and this is very readily available technology. And at the end of the presentation, I'm going to put my contact info up, and we're going to make all the intros you guys want to any of our tech partners who can do this for you. Okay. We know how to sell. The biggest dirty word in the whole industry is salesmanship. It's selling. It's like, we're doctors, we're not supposed to be selling. Well, you're right. You shouldn't be selling a medical treatment. But when someone comes in and they want to learn more about one of the treatments you offer, like Evoke for hands-free facial skin tightening, you should be able to talk to them about that. You should be able to follow up with them. You should be able to incent them with a good promotion. Okay. We hold ourselves accountable to the process. We have a crazy, crazy detailed process here at Sperling. And that's something that maybe not every business has as robust a process as we have, but you all have your own process. Maybe it's the way that the front desk person, brings someone back to the doctor and makes them aware of something the patient said to them. Or maybe it's the way the doctor hands off a patient to a cosmetic specialist or to the front desk or to the esthetician for a facial. You all have your processes. And if you're running a good business, you're probably pretty busy. That's why you need a process and you really need to stick to it. We're not afraid to discount. Again, another dirty word, discounts, right? I'm not telling you to discount medical services or insurance paid services. I'm talking about discounting cosmetic treatments, and we do a lot of that. We measure our results with data, right? It's all good to sit around the table with a couple of cups of coffee and your team and talk about the results of the week. But if you don't put numbers behind it and data behind that discussion, I believe you're really missing out on a lot of opportunity to learn about where you need to focus your efforts. I'm going to show you today how we use some of that data to make decisions in our business. We take risks. We take lots of risks, right? About a year and a half ago, we decided that we wanted to open our third location in a basically like a WeWork, right? Like a shared office space. And we said, hey, they'll give us the front desk. They'll give us the receptionist. They'll give us the internet and the electricity. And we just got to show up and do our treatments and our consults. And it was actually a mistake, right? We realized very quickly people don't want to come get these, cosmetic treatments for thousands of dollars in like a WeWork space. We made a mistake, right? It happens, but we learn from those mistakes. And just recently, we opened up our newest location. We took that location from WeWork. We opened it up in Red Bank, street side on Broad Street. It's a retail space across the street from a Tiffany's, and it's been booming, guys. So we made a mistake. We learned from it. We quickly pivoted, and we acted on it to get better. And really, that started with taking a risk. And that's really core to our DNA. We take lots of risks. And the most recent risk we took was during COVID. Okay, our business, like many others, and I'm sure many people on this phone call, were shut down for 3 months. It was the hardest 3 months of our professional careers, but we took the time to reflect on the business, think about how we can continue to operate in a COVID environment with social distancing, with all the restrictions, and we decided introducing New Jersey's first mobile spa would be a great way to offset some of the potential losses and enable all of our clients to experience our 5-star treatments from the comfort of their driveway. And it's been great, guys. It's been awesome. We call it the Sperling Sprinter. We're out multiple times a week. We went out over the course of the summer. I'm going to show you a video on that in a minute. Let's talk about our patient journey, right? So this is going to kind of take you through the journey that the average Sperling customer goes through, okay? Starts with lead generation, right? We have to generate leads. Now, what we're going to show you today is some of the ways we do it. But again, we may do it in a big way. You can start in a small way. There's nothing wrong with walking before you run. And I think that's important to remember. For us, we'll spend anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000 a month on search. Search is like Google, right? Advertising on Google. I get the question a lot, Ari, like, I don't have $5,000. I don't have $30,000. Like, I don't got anywhere near that. I got $1,000 a month. Cool. Start with it on Google. I will make an introduction to you to our partner who manages our budget, and they will take that $1,000 and they will make it go to work for you. So don't be turned off by the big numbers here. You can start slow. When we started, we were under $3,000 a month, and only recently did we get up to that $30,000 a month clip, and it's because it's worth it. We do a lot of social media posts, right? We do a lot of reactive and promotional driving posts, which means that we're putting up ads that we want people, as they're scrolling, to stop because they see our ad. We'll utilize a lot of micro influencers. We're going to talk about that, but we definitely are very big fans of Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising. And again, you might be thinking, well, I'm a doctor, Ari, I don't know how to do this. I don't even have the Facebook app. No problem. Again, email me after the call. I will make introductions to you. These people are not expensive and they do a great job. Okay. TikTok. Again, I didn't have this slide a few months ago. I don't even know what TikTok is. My 10-year-old daughter, it's an app she uses. That's all I know. Someone said, hey, Ari, you guys should really be on TikTok. We got on, we started putting some videos on, and lo and behold, apparently it's very easy to go viral on TikTok because our Christmas video has over almost 50,000 views. So again, another social media channel, another way that you can kind of market your business to a different demographic, a different market, and again, start to build the brand side of your business instead of kind of being just that doctor's office. How do you engage with your customers in a way that actually makes them feel like they want to be loyal to you and build a relationship with you? And TikTok's been a cool strategy for us there. get creative, okay? A lot of what we're going to talk about today involves creativity. I want to be clear. We oftentimes will hire a production company like a video agency or a photo shoot, and that's not something that's for everyone. We got to, again, walk before you run. It's as simple, guys, as taking out your iPhone and getting consent from a patient to video record a treatment they're doing, or share pictures of before and afters on some of your treatments, right? These are not things that require a major video production, studio to come in and spend a whole day shooting. This is stuff you can do on your iPhone. This is stuff your front desk can do. This is stuff your techs can do. It's just about creating that comfort zone for them to know this is part of the job and it's okay to do this. I'm going to show you guys a video now that we did with a couple of cast members from MTV's Jersey Shore highlighting their experience with Evoke.
So it is my turn to get the Evoke treatment. I'm very excited. I actually really love this treatment. The first treatment is 30 minutes for the chin, correct? And then there's another treatment for 30 minutes on the cheeks, right? And you see immediate results. I'm telling you guys, this is the treatment right here, and you're gonna love this situation.
Yeah, so Mike's getting the Evoke today, and basically we're just gonna, what we call snatch his jaw, give him some skin tightening, jawline, chin region, and like he said, it's just 30 minutes each region. It's a warm feeling. You would say it's painless.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to put Netflix on for the hour. I get to chill, relax. I'm actually getting ready to film the next season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, and I want to look my best and feel my best. Hence, why I'm here at Sperling Dermatology to get one of my favorite treatments.
Exactly. So let's get started.
Oh my God, guys, that was great. I don't know about you guys, but you really have to check it out for yourself. The results are immediate. I'm ready for Jersey Shore Family Vacation season number 4, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. All right? See you guys at Sperling Dermatology.
So that was a video we did. Again, you can see that one was very much produced, but again, you don't need to go through a production agency to get a video like that. You can start with something smaller, something that works for you, add a little background music. Maybe you got like a younger nephew or niece who's good with TikTok or Instagram, use them. This stuff in today's day and age, guys, it's not that hard to create great videos. This one did great for us, got over 13,000 views, a ton of leads, a ton of traffic, and kind of cool to partner with some influencers. A lot of people look at the influencers we use and like Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore is kind of like an international guy at this point. Think about micro influencers. Think about guys that are maybe local to your market. Again, we found this guy. This is a guy named Frankie. He's just kind of the mayor of Red Bank, basically. And everyone knows him. He's got a lot of followers on Instagram. We sent him a DM. We said, hey, we'd love to get you in for a free treatment in exchange for you posting some stuff. He did it. We've had incredible results from that. We're going to show that to you. But I think the main message here is you don't need a Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore to get that great content. You can do it with local people. There's in every market. You can go on Instagram. You can see who the ones who have big followers are. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. These guys love their free treatment. So don't be afraid. With us, when we launched with Frankie, it was, if you can see my mouse here, it was right around here that we posted the video. You can see this is the Instagram leads we had gotten before then. This is monthly, 20, 40, 30. As soon as we posted that Frankie video, we got 135 leads the next month, 48 the following month. We then said we're going to double down on our investment here. And what we did was we hired someone full-time to do TikTok and Instagram. And you can see the lead volume is only increasing since. So really kind of a cool way to leverage micro influencers, film it on your iPhone, throw it up there, get them to post it. And if done right, you could really generate a nice inbound lead flow for your business. Again, a lot of the creativity around what you guys should be thinking about, in my opinion, is how you think outside the box. For us, thinking outside the box. We were really outside the box, like literally outside, like when we brought the Sperling Sprinter to the Hamptons this summer to offer Evoke treatments for many Hamptonites and some hotel guests. Take a look. So that's a video we did. And I, as I was playing this video for you guys, I wanted to say that I think it's important you understand, even to produce a video like that, you might look at that and think it's like 10 grand, 20 grand. That video probably cost us like $1,500, right? So even if you want to go the route of getting a professional in there, it's not crazy money. And for us, the average Evoke ticket is north of $2,000. If we get even one treatment because of that video, it pays for itself. And we've gotten a lot more than one treatment for it. So if you maybe have a little bit more of an appetite for this stuff, don't be afraid to go a little outside the box like that, and maybe outside your own comfort zone. Bring in a video crew. Again, we can make some intros, tell you how to find people. I think it's important, again, when you get to the point of really advertising services that people may not have heard of, you need to speak a language that they understand. For us, it's talking about the treatments in a non-clinical way. We don't want to talk about it scientifically all the time because, again, that's for a certain audience. But if you're marketing this stuff on social media, the average person scrolling Instagram or TikTok doesn't really care about the behind the scenes, under the hood scientific reason why Evoke works. They care about kind of what it's going to do to them, how it's going to make them feel, how long the results last. For us, we talk about Evoke, it's jaw-dropping results, right? I love that. We talk about it. We actually will post videos on Instagram. We'll ask questions to people. Ask us about Evoke, right? Then we'll start getting those questions and we can speak to them in a language that they understand. Also, thinking about emails, right? These are ways that when people become a lead in your system and let's say they go on your website and they find, your Evoke page or a page about, learning more about your business, what type of emails are you sending them? For us, we use very simple email applications to create beautiful looking emails that really stand out. And our open rate, meaning the amount of people who actually open our emails, is about 3 times the average industry rate because of how beautiful these emails are and how eye-catching they are. And for Evoke, we really walk them through the journey of what is it, how does it work, what are some of the results, and let's see a transformation. And we're going to show that to you guys here in a minute. So for us, the idea was giving them the information and then giving them an offer. And I'm going to show you guys now a video we took. Again, this is an example of a video I shot on my iPhone, no big production crew, didn't cost me a penny, literally picked up my phone and shot the video of showing Joey his Evoke results at Sperling. Take a look. Okay, so we're going to show these results right here. This is
Joey before Evoke, and this was Joey after Evoke.
And this is same day. This is literally an hour later.
Same day, hour later. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Stop.
Dude, is that insane? Oh my God. That's crazy.
I know. What's here?
So guys, this was a video we posted. Joey actually posted it on his wall. You can see he writes, "I am in shock." This is after just one Evoke treatment, right? That's where we got that like 150 leads the next month from. You put a video like this up, all of his people see it, all of our people see it. That gets people excited. So it's very authentic. It's raw. It doesn't cost you a penny. All we had to do, the only cost involved in that whole project with Joey was giving him a free treatment. So again, not a big investment, but you get great results. You guys are lucky. For everyone on this call who's an InMode customer already, I can tell you, because we work with all of the different device manufacturers in this space, I can honestly tell you InMode is one of the best from a marketing standpoint of supporting at the practice level with material. So you might be thinking, well, how do I get all this material? I'm not good with cameras or videos. It's not my thing. InMode gives you a ton of that at your disposal. Here's another video that they make available for free. So that's a killer video, guys. And honestly, that is another example of where Evoke is really in a position to support you guys, I think, as well, if not better, than just about any other partner you guys are going to have, because they've got great content. They've got a great press department, media department, marketing department, and they are making it easy for you to leverage the materials and the assets that they give you to launch them from your own practice. I'll show you another example here. Here are just some of the celebrities and influencers they've gotten on Evoke. A bunch of these are from us. A bunch of them are from other practices. But again, you may not be the one who has the influencer. It doesn't mean you can't repost it from someone else and get your audience excited. You can see here just a handful of people who've used different InMode devices, treatments. And again, in today's day and age where Instagram and influencer, it's all about kind of getting to the point that people are seeing you through other people. InMode does really, I think, one of the best jobs in the whole industry at making that easy for practices to leverage those assets. So again, just message your account rep if you have one and say, hey, how do I get all those resources that Ari showed me? I want access to them. They're going to give you your login. You're going to get in and you're going to get access to them. Once you have those assets, guys, again, don't be afraid to run a promotion, run a strategy. For us, we'll run swipe ups on Instagram. We'll give discounts. Don't be afraid to discount, guys, because again, it's not discounting your brand, but it's speaking the language that your audience and your customers are used to hearing, which is when there's a reason to buy something and there's a little bit of urgency there, that's what's going to make them move. And sometimes a discount is all it takes. E-commerce is another example of really cutting edge. I don't want to spend a lot of time here because what we do is really different than everyone else. But again, thinking about it from the consumer mind, we all spend time on Amazon every day. We all have bought something online probably in the last, 36 hours, right? Don't be afraid to sell your services online, whether it's maybe it's a cream, a moisturizer. If you're a dermatologist, maybe it's a $3,000 treatment, right? Bottom line is people are used to buying online and they are not afraid to do so as long as it's put in front of them and made available to them with a good offer. Okay, we're going to talk now about the lead nurturing stage of the journey, right? So this is really where we want to focus in on what you do when you get those leads. So for us, it's really all about turning those leads into consults. For us, we have a team of stay-at-home moms, but for many people, it's really about making sure when you get leads for certain treatments that you actually follow up with those leads. I can't tell you how many times I have submitted, let's say, secret shopper requests on my competitor sites around, I'm interested in this treatment, and I never get a phone call or an email following up with me. The best way to put it in an easy example is when you go into your dentist's office and you mention that you might be interested in teeth whitening. How often does the dentist follow up with you or one of their staff follow up with you like a couple of days later to say, hey, you talked about teeth whitening. We spoke about it. Are you interested? Maybe I can offer you one of these great specials we have on teeth whitening this week, right? You never get that call. And that's 99% of the industry. We are in the 1% that will follow up. You can be in the 1% that follows up as well. It's not that hard. When you get leads or patients express interest in certain cosmetic treatments, either pick up the phone, shoot them an email, create some automation. Again, we will make those intros for you. We will make it easier for you. Just shoot me an email at the end of this webinar. You got to book consults, right? You got to get people in to learn more about your treatments. So our team actually is making over 1,000 calls a month. They're booking over 200 consults a month. And really that's the lifeblood of the whole business, is getting those consults in the door so that we can talk to them about the treatments, right? Know who your best closers are, right? For us, we know in different offices, they do a better job at selling certain treatments better than others. It's the same thing in your business. Someone may be better at selling a certain treatment and someone else may be better at selling a different treatment. Route your leads strategically. Don't just route them all to one person if you have the staff to accommodate that. Okay, strike while the iron's hot, guys. Timing is everything. For us, we noticed we had a long lag time between someone submitting a lead and getting them in for a consult. And I tasked my team with how do we make that time frame shorten? How do we shorten it up? We went from about a 21-day lead time down to an under 6-day lead time just by implementing certain things like telling the customer, hey, we actually have availability tomorrow. Would you like to come in? Or maybe it's incenting the sales team and saying, hey, you actually get a double commission if you book them on the same day or the next day. So there's a lot of things you can do to drive that behavior, both at the staff level and at the consumer level. Learn from your mistakes, right? Understand if you're not closing your consults, why, right? Wrong numbers, not interested, cannot afford. These are all objections that if you know what the objections are most common, you can prepare for them. And for us, like one of the examples of that is financing, which we're going to talk about. Number one objection is, I can't afford it. Great. Let's offer some financing solutions and take that objection off the table. The patient journey, right? Let's continue down here. Let's move into the consult phase, right? This is where you're actually talking to people about your treatment, right? Our consult process is really one-on-one with the consumer, with the patient. We're sharing detailed information about what we know about the patient. So, you know, the salespeople will get off the phone with them and they will take some information on what areas you're looking to treat, and they'll share that. We'll have a 20 to 30 minute consultation. We'll present our unique selling propositions. We'll maybe drop some promos and some prices, use closing tactics, present a treatment plan, and make sure that everyone's incentivized with commissions to sell as much as they can and give the patient the best possible experience and outcome. Why do people choose Sperling, right? And again, you should all be thinking about in your own business, why do people choose you, right? We're a young company. They certainly don't choose us because their parents chose us, right? But for some of you, that might not be the case. You might have been around 30 or 40 years. That's one of your selling propositions. Don't be shy to share them, right? So why do people choose us? Experience, right? We're the #1 body sculpting provider in the country. They know we're going to do a good job and they're going to get great results, right? They trust us, right? We have accreditation. We've all been fully certified, trained under the guidance of a board certified dermatologist, right? We have credibility, right? We have offer time savings with convenient locations in the mobile spa. And of course, we offer the industry's first spectacular guarantee, which we basically can guarantee their results with any treatment they choose. It was kind of a journey to get there and get that guarantee right. I know there's going to be questions about it, and we'll take those if they come in, but that's been an awesome, awesome maneuver for us because it really gets people comfortable, and it's a win-win proposition that we can share with you if upon request. We talked about financing a little bit. For us, financing's huge. The #1 objection is I can't afford it. Great. Now I can take that $2,000 or $3,000 treatment, break it up into 36 treatments of $200 a month. That's a lot more affordable. You take that objection off the table. Measuring win backs, right? Many of you might be, shaking your head. What's a win back, Ari? Well, again, that's that example of the dentist who maybe speaks with you about teeth whitening, and then does he follow up with you? For us, a win back is someone who came in for a consult and didn't close. Do you follow up with them? Do you call them back? Do you reach out to them and say, hey, you had a week to think about it. You wanted to talk to your husband or your wife. Are we ready to go? Right? For us, we do about, as you can see here, this is weekly, 10, 15 win backs a week. And as soon as I incent on win backs and we run a Black Friday promotion and say, hey, you're only getting credit for treatments purchased on Black Friday if you've done a win back in the past 7 days, well, then our win backs kind of look like this, because guess what? People are driven by money. Our staff certainly is. It's part of our DNA. When you tell them they're only getting paid if they did a win back, boom, week before Black Friday, we did almost 400 win back calls. That's how you drive the right behavior, guys. That's why we had our best Black Friday ever this past Black Friday. Furthering down that customer journey here, right? We talk about consult close rate, right? How many of your consults are you converting into treatments? For us in 2019, we were just north of 60%, which we thought was very good, but we also knew it could be better. Here we are in 2020, 2021, actually north of 80% close rate on our consults, turning them into treatments. And at an average ticket value of north of $2,600, those treatments are really flowing, and so is the revenue. Let's talk about the actual treatments, right, guys? I know we're here talking about mostly Evoke. That's the machines that we have here. I'm going to kind of tell you how we fell in love with Evoke and how it's done for us. So if you can kind of take your mind and turn back the clock a little bit, about 6 months, we were shut down, right? We were shut down like everyone else. It was June of 2020, and I got a call from one of the sales reps, actually a buddy of mine at Evoke in Mode, named Scott. Maybe he's on the call right now. Hello, Scott. And Scott said to me, Ari, I got to show you this new device. I got to, like, you're going to love it. I'm like, well, Scott, my business has been shut down for 3 months. I'm just telling you, I'm not buying anything. There's too much uncertainty. So I don't want to waste your time. He's like, Ari, you got to see it. Let me come to the Sprinter. Cause at that point we had the Sprinter. Let me show it to you on the Sprinter. We'll give your wife a free treatment. We'll see what you think then. I said, come on down, Scott. Scott came and met us. They showed me Evoke. We got Shari on the Evoke, and lo and behold, we purchased the machine that day. And within 2 months, we purchased 2 more machines. I'm going to tell you guys, it was one of the best decisions we've ever made. And I'm going to tell you why. Why does it work well for us? Why? Because it checks all the boxes. Okay. Evoke is hands-free. That means you don't need a doctor to do the treatment, right? This can be done by a technician. It can be done by even a $20 an hour employee can perform a $2,000 or $3,000 treatment. Okay. The results of Evoke, as you saw with that Joey video, they're almost immediate, right? Within a few minutes after taking off the facial applicator, you actually can see those results. You can put up a mirror and you can notice them. Patients love that, okay? The results, they're long lasting. These are not results that need to be maintained monthly. At most, maybe you'll come back once a year to maintain those results. Patients love that too. Treatment's completely painless, right? There's no issues. It doesn't burn. It doesn't freeze. It doesn't hurt in any way whatsoever. Even me, I'm kind of a wimp with this stuff. I had it done and I loved it. Facial skin tightening is in high demand. Guys, we're on Zoom right now. Everyone and their mother is talking about how, Zoom makes my face look fat. Evoke really perfect for today's day and age and what we're dealing with everyone kind of being remote and showing their face on camera all the time. Okay. And the last one here is there's no consumable. Unlike many other treatments that we offer, we don't have to pay to run the machine, right? We can offer it for free, which means we can offer a free demo and get people hooked. And that's what we do. And we love that about Evoke, because for us, free demos are the best way for people to experience the magic of Evoke. And I think the last one here is it offers maintenance and enhancement packaging opportunities, which means, again, even though it's once every 6 months, you can come back in and you can sell people on return visits. And that's a great way to keep them coming back, keep them loyal. Obviously, you could use those opportunities to cross-sell them into other categories of your business as well. And Evoke really, in my opinion, is the only treatment we offer that can check all of these boxes for us. And that's why we love it. And in terms of results, just as good, right? Our patients love it. Phenomenal results before and after. You can check us out on Instagram, right? Look at some of the before and afters. We get probably 20 messages a day about Evoke because people really want to learn more and they love what they see. And it's quickly become one of our best selling treatments. So we love Evoke. Highly recommend anyone thinking about it, take the plunge. Again, I'll be a reference for you. Call me, message me. I'll have a one-on-one discussion with you about how to take Evoke and do what we did. Pay it off in 6 weeks. Maybe you buy a few more if you have a few locations and you do great with Evoke, just like we did. Obviously, InMode has a large suite of services. And so really across all these different devices, I only really right now use Evoke. I think we're testing a few others. I've heard great things, and I'm sure they all offer just as great and phenomenal results as we've had with Evoke. And hopefully we'll find out about that soon. Okay, last phase here is really talking about the treatment and post-treatment phase. So for us, understanding, right, what you're going to do once the treatment's over, right, get feedback from them, drop them some voicemails to make sure they're feeling okay, request a review. For us, reviews are everything, and so is their instant feedback. Here's an example of some feedback we get when we ask for it. We put an iPad in front of them and say, how was your treatment? Anything you would recommend? Someone says it wasn't as bad as I thought. Someone else says I wouldn't change a thing. And someone else said maybe the room needs a little more hot. Cool. Get that feedback, make those changes, listen to your customers. They will guide the way for you to become a better and better practice and make that experience as spectacular as you can make it in your own business. Power of credibility, right? Starts with getting reviews. For us, we're a very highly rated dermatology practice. We use a great partner for this, guys. It's one of the most requested referrals we get. Email me, Ari@SperlingDermatology.com. Intro you to this review partner who enabled us to become the fastest growing derm practice on Health Grades and Vitals, over 1,000 5-star reviews. It's not hard. It builds crazy credibility and your consumers love to see it. And I'll be happy to make that intro for you as well. And at the end of the day, guys, the glue that holds it all together are people and technology, right? We've got partners, not vendors, right? These are true partners. Again, here's my email, Ari@SperlingDermatology.com. I've done webinars with other, device companies. 500, 600, 700 people show up to the webinar. I get, easily 100, if not 200 emails after each webinar saying, Ari, please make intros. I'm happy to do it, guys. I don't want all of this material to come at you and then you say, well, it's overload, Ari. Like I can't do anything with it because I don't have you, right? I don't have me either, guys. I'm one guy. I've got partners to help me every step of the way, and those partners are happy to help you guys as well. Hold your team accountable, right, to everything. Make sure you're doing ongoing training, right? Don't let the stuff go stale. Even as one of the top providers in the country of all these services, we're still never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop training. Use a CRM. Again, this is another example of technology that we use to track every stage of our sales process. And again, it's a process, right? And you don't get here overnight. We launched this CRM 3 years ago. The data we capture through it is awesome, but not everyone can do that. Figure out your own way to capture data. Maybe it's in your EMR, maybe it's in your own system, maybe you have a better way, or maybe you want to use ours. Again, shoot me an email. I'll make those introductions. Automation is everything, guys. With technology, you can automate everything. Someone can search for Evoke at 1:15 in the afternoon. By 1:20, they're booking an appointment, right? By 1:40, they're having a call. By 3 o'clock, they're doing a consult, maybe virtually over the phone these days. And by 3:45, they're swiping their credit card for $2,500, guys. That's in 3 hours. These are real life examples. I've got a ton of examples just like this. And really, the last thing I'm going to do here is kind of simplify it, right? Because this is a lot of information. This is what I call information overload, and you want it, really simple. Here it is, guys. Takeaways. You can write this down. You can take a picture of the slide, whatever's best for you. Number one, right? Find yourself a marketing technology expert, right? Find someone, again, I said before, maybe it's a nephew or a niece or a younger brother, right, who knows technology. Maybe it's a college kid. This is not rocket science, guys. I promise you it's not. I'm a 40-year-old guy. Maybe I look like I'm 25, but guess what? My kids are better with technology than I am. We still were able to implement this. Number two, creative, guys. Get that iPhone out. Don't be afraid to get that patient consent and video a treatment, video a result of before and after, video something fun at your office. Maybe it's, when Halloween comes around, do a costume party and put it online. Don't be afraid to get creative to engage with your audience. Number three, run a promotion and advertise it. Don't be scared. These are not dirty words, guys. I promise you, your promotion, your advertising will be well received, and you will want to do more and more and more once you get started. Number four, hold your team accountable for follow-up tasks. Everything you're seeing here did not happen overnight. We grew and we grew and we grew slowly but surely. We didn't always do everything we did today 3 years ago, but we started small and we grew, and it started with a process where we held our team accountable to that process. And lastly, guys, if you couldn't guess, start selling. Don't be scared. Selling is not a dirty word. From this salesman to you guys, I just want to say thank you for the time. I'm going to flip it back over to Natalie. If we got some questions, happy to take them.
Ari, my goodness, that was fantastic. That was really, really fantastic. Very powerful. We certainly do have a few questions to follow up. So we'll just start from the top. Caitlin would like to know what platform you use to track your leads.
For any questions for referrals, send me an email and I will make those introductions. A few kind of contractual reasons why I can't mention those on this call, but send me an email, ari@sperlingdermatology.com, and I will be happy to make those intros for you.
Perfect, thank you. Grant is asking, what program do you use to create those emails? Like something like a MailChimp?
Yep. So that's a great question. We actually use MailChimp. So super simple, really easy platform to use. And again, figuring out what your brand colors are and getting them to pop. That's kind of what we did. We nailed our colors and then we put them in there, and the emails really jump, and they're not overly complicated at all.
Yeah, that's right. MailChimp is a really simple platform that has templates set out for you. Plug in your content, a few images, very, very simple to use. Okay. Quinn would like to know how to get a template for before and after.
That's a great question. So we use RX Photo. That's one I can mention by name, RX Photo. I don't know if you've heard of them, Natalie, but they're a great provider. They have hardware. They also have software, and it very easily allows you to really put side-by-side views of before and afters. And it's great because, guys, before and afters are huge in the non-invasive body sculpting space. It's about being able to show those results. Oftentimes people come in and they say, I don't think it worked. And then we show them before and afters and they're like, oh, damn, it did work. And that's because of before and after. So RX Photo is a great one. There's plenty of free apps available on the iPad. Use an SLR camera, get that good lighting, get them as close to identical in terms of angles and lighting so that they're more believable and authentic and actually show the value of some of these treatments. So RX Photo is a great one for us.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Donalyn would like to know what your pricing strategy is. I'm not sure how much of that you'd like to share with us online.
Yeah, no, happy to give kind of a high level look. I mean, and I'll say this with all due respect, right? Evoke for us, we're talking about Evoke pricing. It's a new treatment, right? It hasn't been around for years like some of these other treatments where the testing and the pricing has been tried and true. Evoke is new. We are kind of figuring out what works well with our customer base and the way we market it. To be honest with you, it's a great question because we started off as offering Evoke as a 4 treatment protocol. And what we're actually finding is that it works better as a 6 treatment protocol, both in the results and the way we can price it. And I don't quite know the exact pricing offhand, but if you email me, I'll be happy to send you kind of a pricing brochure. I don't even know if I can say it on this webinar, but I can tell you we did move from a 4 treatment protocol to a 6 with maintenance coming in every 6 months thereafter. And again, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to get you exact pricing on that. Does that work, Natalie?
Yes. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you for noting for us that sometimes you need to increase a little bit, both for efficacy and for your pricing plan. So you've adjusted accordingly to meet your needs and the needs of your patient.
Exactly right.
Fantastic. April would like to know how you are doing events at this point.
Yeah, it's a great question.
In COVID.
Yeah, we're not doing events. I mean, yeah. I would say that if we've done any events, it's been through the Sprinter and it's been with full COVID guidelines being followed. So whether it's everyone being tested, whether it's, full masks and all the other gear, we're really not doing events right now. I think right now, my personal opinion is we're starting to come out a little bit on the other side of COVID. People are getting vaccinated. And I hope that sometime soon we'll be able to get back to doing more in-person events. But right now we're limited kind of just like everyone else.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on hosting a virtual event?
I think virtual events are great. I can tell you guys, and again, this is a little bit of a secret sauce here. Virtual consults for us have been huge, right? People show up, they're comfortable. It's at their own time from the comfort of their couch. They don't have to walk into the store. Virtual consults have been huge for us. I see no reason why virtual events wouldn't be as well. But again, maybe you don't want to do a virtual event because then everyone's logging on with people they don't know. Maybe you want to offer one-on-one. That's what we've done. And we've actually had a ton of success with it.
Great. Thank you for that. Karen has a sort of two-parters. Is what level of team member does your consultations? Currently in her clinic, providers do them, but that takes time out of their treatment practice time.
Yeah. So for us, ironically, we started with my wife, again, who's on this webinar, probably 4 years ago, doing the consultations. We very quickly realized we didn't need her. She was better served focusing on her patients on medical, stuff that we weren't qualified to do. I actually literally recruited our first body sculpting expert out of the gym. She was a trainer. We offered her $20 an hour. She came in and she crushed it, right? She learned the treatment. She got well educated. She got certified. And she was doing, frankly, a way better job than my wife would have done because my wife's a doctor and she wants to focus on her stuff. And we built a whole team with non-physicians, non-experts, and they became experts. And it was a way more efficient way to go. So, when I hear from other providers that the doctor's doing the consults, it is kind of a red flag for me because I don't think it has to be that way. And I think it's not a way to grow fast because doctors are expensive. They're hard to find. They're hard to recruit. And it limits what you're able to do if you're relying on doctors. That's why we love Evoke. You don't need a doctor to administer that treatment. And so I think that really applies to all the treatments we offer on the non-invasive side.
Fantastic. So you recommend, if you can, build out a team of dedicated consultants and that's their focus.
Absolutely. Yep.
Perfect. Shanita would like to know, how do you find leads for a startup business? So I assume her question is surrounding patients for a brand new clinic.
Yep, great. So I'll just tell you from our perspective, as a dermatology practice, as soon as we partnered with the insurance carriers and they started listing us on their website, the phone started ringing. Now, obviously that's not for cosmetic, that was for medical. But if you're a medical doctor and you list with the insurance carriers, in our experience, those phones just start ringing, especially for a dermatologist because they're hard to come by and there's a long wait. On the cosmetic end, exactly what I said though, get yourself on Google or Facebook and start putting up some ads. Again, shoot me an email. I'll make the intro. Give the guy $1,000 and he will probably generate a good amount of leads for you. And as long as you're diligent about following up with them, you very quickly start to amass an ROI. And guys, I know many people have been burned by digital marketing partners. I lived in that space for 10 years. The guy I'm using, his company, I've used for the better part of 4 years. They're fantastic. You won't get burned with them. And I know that's a big reason people don't trust the internet, but it's also a reason why companies like ours that know how to use it can run circles around everyone else, is because we actually take the time to learn it, to invest in it, and we believe in it. It's been great for us, and it could be great for you too. I have no doubt.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ari. Vanessa, I just wanted to acknowledge that we saw your question and we will happily come back to you offline. Courtney has a question. Any tips for an office, such as a dental office, trying to incorporate InMode into our practice smoothly when it's not a typical offering that someone may anticipate from a dental office?
I kind of love that question, because if you think about it, right, people don't expect to come get some of our best-selling treatments at our office, right? Facial skin tightening kind of works, but we have a lot of treatments here that you wouldn't expect to be talking to a dermatologist about. And it's kind of funny, right? Even starting out, when we made the decision to purchase some of these early devices, it didn't match with what you go see a derm about normally, right? And so if you're a dentist, it sounds like maybe thinking about bringing Evoke on. My best friend's a dentist. I think it's kind of an interesting idea, and I think it could work, because for us, it was all about giving the patients what they want. It wasn't, what do you want from a derm, and what do you want from a plastic, and what do you want from a dentist? It was, what do you want? And if they trust you and they trust you have credibility in their eyes, and you say to them, hey, I've got this killer new treatment. Now that we're working on your teeth, let's talk about your jawline. It's not crazy. So I think as long as you're presenting it properly, setting realistic expectations, you know how to administer the treatment, you've been trained, I see no reason why it couldn't work in an ancillary practice outside of traditional, derm or plastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we likewise agree. We have a lot of clinics that are not typical aesthetics practices, such as a dental office, that do quite well with our treatments. And that's exactly it. They're offering patients an additional incentive to take on their services. We actually have a second part question about a dentist. Any advice for a dentist who owns Evoke? Perhaps if you could offer some segues for them to invite that treatment opportunity to their patients. Is that something you do? You know, you take care of your smile, take care of your jawline?
I would say it really simply, and I say the same thing to my own wife, right? She sees 30, 40 patients a day who are not coming to her to learn about Evoke. They're coming to her for skin stuff, right? I say to her, all you got to say to them is, have you heard about Evoke? Oh no, what's Evoke? Oh, Evoke's this amazing new hands-free facial skin tightening machine. It's non-invasive, it doesn't hurt, and I could actually get you on for a free demo right now if you have time. Katie, would you like to take this gentleman in to get that free treatment? And it's a 15-minute demo. It doesn't cost you anything, but because A, it doesn't hurt, B, the results are almost immediate, even after that 15-minute demo. You do that, I don't know, let's say you ask 10 people a day that question, can I interest you? Let's say 7 of them are like, no, thank you. 3 of them are like, yeah, you know what, I'll try it. Of those 3, you demo all 3. Maybe 1 of them, you actually get to purchase a $2,000 treatment. You do that 5 days a week. You do the math. That's 10 grand a week.
Yeah.
That's 40 grand a month.
Absolutely.
Do the math, right? That's how you start. You just got to ask the questions, and it's like I said before, don't be afraid to start selling. And that's really what it is. It's getting them in the chair. Remember guys, these machines are either a cost center for you. They're costing you money every month. If you're like us, you finance them, or they're a profit center for you. They're making you money. You want them to be the profit center. And the only way to do that is to make sure they're turned on and running as often as possible. And so if they're not running, get someone on there, even if it's free, because the more you do that, the more you will show these people what it's all about. And they very likely will take you up on the full treatment protocol once they've got a taste for it.
Right. I think we have time for one more question. Liv has an interesting one. So she has purchased Morpheus 8 workstation, which is microneedling, radio frequency microneedling. And her question is quite simple. It's like, why add Evoke to my offerings? So essentially, she's got this minimally invasive treatment already in her clinic. Evoke is a non-invasive hands-free treatment. What is your recommendation on marrying the two and offering them perhaps in tandem or separately to your customers?
Yeah, I mean, we offer microneedling as well. And to me, it's a totally different, I mean, at least the way we use microneedling, it's not really comparable to what we do with Evoke. Evoke is more about getting that chisel jawline, tightening up that double chin. You can combine it with other treatments. Maybe there's some filler you put in there as well. But for me, the microneedling is more about this area. And again, I'm not a doctor, but in my experience, microneedling pairs very nicely with Evoke. I just think that Evoke, again, I showed you guys that slide before, it checks all the boxes. I really don't see a downside to Evoke in almost any instance, even with people who have other skin tightening machines, because with Evoke, it's hands-free. It's not a wand. You can't burn someone or screw it up. And again, it's delegatable. You don't need a PA to do it. You could have a tech do it. So for me, I would answer that question and say, offering microneedling absolutely has no bearing on your ability to be successful with Evoke. Again, if positioned the right way, Evoke is very exciting. People get excited by it. We've done the research. We know the top things people are asking for. They want fat reduction. They want skin tightening. They want stuff for hair, especially guys. And really, Evoke solves the number one request for skin tightening, which is facial. Yeah, people want to be tighter in other areas of their body, but around their face is the number one area that people need a solution for. And right now, I think Evoke is the best, certainly non-invasive solution on the market from our perspective. And so I don't see any conflict at all with microneedling pairing with Evoke.
Amazing. Thank you, Ari, so much. You wrapped this up perfectly just at the top of the hour. I really wanted to thank Ari. This was incredible. We appreciate your time. We appreciate all of your knowledge. Those 5 key takeaways were extraordinary. Thank you to everyone who was able to join us today. We had a wonderful, live, engaged audience. As I said, this webinar is being recorded. Everyone that registered will receive it linked directly. It will also be included on our resource website, which is inmodeuniversity.com. If you have any questions for us, you can feel free to reach out to me at info@inmodemd.com. And of course, Ari has made himself very available to you as well. Any questions and queries, I'm sure he would love to hear from you and connect you to all of his contacts as well.
Fantastic, everyone. Thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you, InMode. Great to be with you guys, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.